In the top stories, NUPW slams top cop over comments about gun entry. 2 armed men attempt to rob COB Black Rock, and the dates for Sol Rally Barbados are announced. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, August 21st, 2015. I'm Natasha Beckles. The National Union of Public Workers has expressed outrage at statements made by Acting Commissioner of Police Tyrone Griffith concerning the entry of guns into the island. On Thursday, Mr. Griffith said intelligence suggests that firearms are coming through legitimate ports of entry. He said border security officials are either assisting criminals or not detecting the guns. In a statement issued on Friday, the union said if police know officers are involved, they should identify and charge them. Otherwise, the union said the commissioner's statements were inflammatory and without basis and would tarnish the reputation of officers. Several businesses in and around Bridgetown were forced to close early on Friday following the rupture of a 15-inch main in Roebuck Street, where main replacement work is ongoing. While some stores with water tanks were able to remain open, shoppers were left hungry as restaurants were unable to serve breakfast and lunch. Health inspectors quickly sprang into action to ensure there would be no health hazards during the outage. The Barbados Water Authority promised that the main would be fixed as soon as possible, but it would likely take a few hours. Police are on the hunt for 2 men who staged an unsuccessful robbery attempt at the City of Bridgetown Credit Union in Black Rock, St. Michael on Friday morning. According to reports, 2 masked men armed with guns entered the facility around 10:30 but were confronted by a security guard who was hit in the head by one of the culprits. The bandits, who left empty-handed, reportedly escaped in a silver-gray Toyota vehicle. The branch was closed for the rest of the day and counseling was provided for staff. The United States Hurricane Hunter aircraft, which flew into Barbados on Thursday, went on the first mission on Friday afternoon. And around 2 p.m., they reported that Hurricane Danny has now reached Category 3 status, with maximum sustained winds around 115 miles per hour with higher gusts. At that time, the center of Danny was centered about 900 miles east of the Leeward Islands. Forecasters do not expect any further strengthening since the system is moving into an area with unfavorable conditions and was expected to weaken later on Friday. No watches or warnings have been put in place since the hurricane poses no threat to land. Those in the Leeward Islands have, however, been urged to monitor its progress. 6-year-old Jahan King has been laid to rest, almost 2 months after he died in suspicious circumstances. Several mourners attended his funeral service at St. Leonard's Anglican Church on Thursday, while many curious onlookers gathered outside the church and at the burial site. Officiating priest Reverend Myrna LaPlante urged the congregation not to focus on the shortness of Jahan's life, but the impact he had on those around him. Among those who did not attend the funeral were Jahan's father, John, who is still incarcerated in Canada, and his maternal grandmother, Margaret Gill. Ms. Gill told Nation News she avoided the burial because of her feelings toward her daughter.
I regret not going because he was very loving to me. I love him very much, but I can't really face that girl. I can't really see her. Seeing her got me feel disturbed. All is negative things actually going through my brain. Just because I think it's necessary for her.
Former principal of Commonwealth School, Dorian Pyle, is being remembered as a quick learner who loved children and teaching. Paying tribute during her funeral service on Thursday, her husband Colville said she thought children should be given every opportunity to thrive intellectually. St. George Parish Church was filled to capacity and seating was provided on the outside for the many who attended the service. Past and present students of Combermere and government officials were among those in attendance. 40 students of St. Albans and Roland Edwards primary schools received a special science lesson on Thursday when they visited Carlisle Laboratories. The field trip was the idea of St. James North Member of Parliament Edmund Hinkson and the Barbados Labour Party St. Peter candidate Colin Jordan. The children ended their excursion with a fun day at King George V Memorial Park. Party monarch Peter Ram and Pickety Crop King Classic now have the keys to their brand new cars, compliments MQY. Classic was presented with his Mazda 3 on Thursday, while Ram received a Kia. Sweet Soca winner Edwin Yearwood was not present to receive his prize, but his manager Ingrid Holder accepted on his behalf. Classic told the media he is already planning for next year's competition.
Well, I've started writing for next year already, so I'm putting the other artists on notice that they can't just come and take the crown, so we got to work hard for it. So we're looking for another car next year. So that's basically it. I'm just trying to up my game and maintain a high standard in Calypso and to keep the flag flying high in terms of Barbados Calypso.
In sport, motorsport fans can mark these days on their calendars, June 3rd to 5th, 2016. That's when the Sol Rally Barbados will be contested, with Scrutineering and King of the Hill slated for the preceding weekend. Event chairman Mark Hamilton says the dates were released early to give long-term supporters time to prepare. And finally, Finland's Santa Claus office has been declared bankrupt over unpaid taxes after a sharp drop in visits from recession-hit Russians. But Managing Director Jarmo Karniemi says he believes the company, which offers the chance to be photographed with Santa, could yet avoid closure. He said he was certain the firm could come up with more than 400,000 Barbados dollars. The Santa Claus office has some 300,000 visitors last year and revenues of about $4 million. And that's Nation News for Friday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your papers over the weekend or subscribe to our e-paper. And look out for the Weekend Buzz a little later. Thank you so much for joining us.